So here we are at the creation portion of our Happy New Soul Year ritual. I'm going to give a little, offer up a little smudge, clean the space. There we go. Very good. Okay, to begin this ritual, you're going to need just some very simple tools. I've got my pencil. I've got a piece of tissue paper. You might have some left over from the holidays or whatever. This is just plain white tissue paper. Get it from the dollar store. It doesn't have any sparkles in it or anything like that. And then I've taken it, I'm folding it in half, and then I'm folding it in half again. Okay, and then I'm going to tear these apart and create 4 sheets of paper with it. Okay, so you're going to need some matches or a lighter and something that you can burn in that's fire safe. This is a marble bowl that I have that I use to do this little ritual. You can use like an old can from maybe your green beans or corn, you know, something like that. This is a quick burn, so you don't have to, you know, go all out, but just something that's going to be very fire resistant and safe. Okay, so to begin this, you've got your 4 pieces of paper again, and each one is going to contain different elements. The first step is going to be your gratitudes. Gratitude's one of the most essential pieces to manifestation and creation and forgiveness. Gratitude can literally really just change your life. So gratitude invokes and it inspires the universe to bring us more. So I remember once hearing this idea that if you look at a little child, and the little child gives you something, we will typically get really excited and grateful, and what happens is that child is so inspired and feels so good that you've offered up such gratitude to them. They want to do more for you. So the next thing you know, you've got, you know, maybe a scribbled piece of artwork, or, you know, a partially eaten cookie, or, you know, a dandelion from the grass, whatever that is, but they're inspired to give you more. And we adults, we're essentially the same way. When we're recognized for the good things that we do, for the gifts that we offer, for the love that we provide, we're inspired to do more. We're inspired to do better. We're inspired to up-level our level of service to the world and to the people that we love, right? The universe is the same way. So once we express gratitude, it inspires the universe to want to give us more. So if you look at it as a child, or the way that we operate, the universe operates the same, essentially the same way. So I remember this time when I was in a very low space in my life, and I could not find anything to be gratitude. Gratitude completely eluded me. I was in a really rough spot. My house was a mess. The only money that I had was some spare change. Everything just really seemed horrible. It seemed dark. I felt very, very broken. And again, just no matter how hard I tried, I could not find anything to be grateful for. And I knew that I needed to find something. I needed to get out of this funk. I needed to find something that I was grateful for to start shifting this energy, because that wasn't a place that I wanted to stay. So I began seeking just like the littlest things. So the things that really made my life go round, just on a day-to-day, just very simple. My house was dirty, but I had a house. I only had spare change, but I knew that I was getting a paycheck the next week. I was feeling like I was broken, but I realized I was still breathing, and I still had the ability to feel. So this list went on and on for me. And when I finished, I felt lighter. I felt like, you know, the sunshine had kind of lifted, and I could see, I could feel hope. And I felt inspired to dust off my ass and start creating some significant changes in my life. So of course, you know, we're all grateful for, you know, the material things that we have, our cars, our beautiful homes, our beautiful clothes, you know, whatever that is, our family, our children. Yes, we're all grateful for those things. But for this ritual, I want to encourage you to seek past the surface and just go much deeper. You know, really go find the tiniest things, the things that you may easily overlook, and those things that make your world go round. We forget that the magic and the miracle really is usually found in these tiny spots in our life. And we look past those and we overlook the magic and the miracles that happen for us and to us every single day. So I'm talking about things like just like a ripe garden tomato. You know, how good is that? I mean, I'm always just so grateful when I can go out in my garden and pick a beautiful ripe tomato, you know, fresh brewed hot coffee in the morning, or my favorite fresh squeezed ginger root tea. I'm so grateful for that every single day. One of my favorite comforts in my life are my fluffy socks. I love that. I'm grateful for them all the time. Scents that ignite your senses, your creative power, your sensual power, your, you know, reminiscing through old times, things that are really nostalgic. Those are things that I'm certainly very grateful for when I smell something that just invokes something really good inside me. Blankets. Oh, one of my favorite things. I'm an avid blanket collector. Blankets make me incredibly grateful. And I love to feel them against my skin. So I'm very peculiar about the blankets that I use. So clean bath towels. Who does not love clean bath towels or freshly washed sheets? Grateful for that buttered cinnamon toast. You know, you get the picture. So the next step is I release. So what are the things, the emotions, the fears, the experiences that you are ready to allow yourself to transcend, to move on, to move up, out, onward, upward? You know, healing and letting go is a process. It's multi-layered, it's multifaceted. You know, healing work is really a dedication to the process. You know, there's time and there's emotional work that gets to happen, and time that it's going to take. You know, so some things are really easy to let go of and to allow to be done with. And others are really deep. And as we continue to do our sacred devotional practices, you know, in time, those things will become less heavy. They'll become lighter. They'll eventually become more of a thought of the past. But again, healing is done in layers. So when we say, I'm ready to be done with this, or I let this go, just know that that is layers, could be layers and layers and layers that continually need, you know, there's a point where you're like, I'm done talking about this, but it keeps coming up for me. It's because there's another layer that's wanting your attention and wanting to be healed. Okay. So the next, and remember, be gentle with yourself, you know, allow yourself some patience and allow some space for grace to walk beside you and to heal in the time that it takes for you to heal. Healing has no rules around it, and what is time for you may not be time for another. So be very patient and allow grace to come in. The next piece of paper, I receive. What are your deepest desires right now? What are you ready to call into your life and to be able to actually receive? Okay, so do you desire love? And if you desire love, are you actually able to receive love? You know, it's okay to begin at the very beginning when you're desiring to receive. So perhaps you desire love, but you're not in a space in your life where you could truly receive that love. So at this time, the asking to receive is, today I'm ready to prepare myself to receive love. Okay? And then again, moving through the layers again and again and again. And when you're finally to a place where you're prepared to receive love, then taking the next steps of calling in that love, you know, the layers. So, you know, perhaps you're mourning the loss of a loved one through death, separation, divorce, but you're not ready to just not feel about it yet. Like it's still apparent to you that you're hurting, you're missing, regardless of how other people feel about it. You're not ready to not feel about it yet. Okay. So how about just today, I am ready to allow myself peace of mind of the heart. Okay. Today I'm ready to feel happiness in my life. So allowing yourself to start receiving that place where you can start feeling joy again, where you can start feeling laughter and playfulness, and you know, that you spend less time mourning and more time living and loving and laughing. Okay. So then the final box is your love note to yourself. We should always write love notes to ourselves. And perhaps this is a place where you're going to write down places of self-forgiveness, okay? Or forgiveness of other people. Any notes, any doodles, or any promises that you desire to write down. So when you are done writing out your work for each one of the sections, the gratitude, I release, I receive, and then your love note to yourself, whatever that looks like, then you're welcome to move on to the next video where we will actually do the burning. I hope.